The cold silence of space wrapped around the alien ship Vorkal, drifting like a black shark near the blue planet called Earth. Inside, Commander Zyler stood before a large holoscreen showing thousands of human cities, bright and alive. He tilted his head, for black eyes narrowing with pride. To him, this world looked weak. Soft creatures, fragile bodies, no advanced defenses. Easy prey. "Commander," said his second-in-command, Vrex, his voice full of confidence. "Our scans confirm, their weapons are primitive. Their air defenses are laughable. We can take the planet within a single cycle." Zyler gave a low, rumbling laugh. "Excellent. Begin preparation for the first strike. Let the humans see what real power looks like." The crew began moving fast, pressing buttons, sending signals, arming plasma cannons. To them, it was just another easy conquest. The Vorkal had crushed dozens of planets before. None had resisted for long. But this one, this small blue planet, would soon teach them something new. Down below, on Earth, the night was calm. In a U.S. military base hidden in the Nevada desert, radar screens suddenly blinked with strange signals. "Captain, we've got something weird," said a young operator. "Multiple unidentified objects entering the upper atmosphere." The captain frowned. "Maybe meteors?" "No, sir. They're slowing down." He picked up the red phone. "Command, this is Base Echo 7. We've got incoming. Not human." Moments later, the alien ship entered low orbit, releasing smaller craft like glowing insects. They moved fast, cutting through clouds, their metallic skin shining silver and black. Each carried soldiers with strange armor and sharp weapons that glowed with blue energy. Commander Zyler watched from above as the first strike team landed in a forest near a small human city. "Secure the area," he ordered. "Show them their end has come." On the ground, trees shook as the alien pods hit. The soldiers stepped out, scanning the forest. "No resistance detected," one of them said. But as they moved forward, something didn't feel right. The forest was quiet, too quiet. Then came the first sound, click. A trap detonated. The explosion ripped through the air, throwing 2 aliens backward. The others turned fast, weapons ready, scanning everywhere. "What was that?" one asked. Then came another explosion, then another. The humans were already waiting. Hidden in the dark, wearing camouflage suits, they attacked with precision. Bullets cut through the night, silent and deadly. The aliens had stronger weapons, but they couldn't see where the shots came from. "Commander Zyler," a voice came through his comms. "We are under fire. Unknown forces." Zyler frowned. "Impossible. The humans have no energy weapons." "Sir, they're not using energy weapons. They're using everything else." Static filled the line. Then silence. Zyler stood there, his confidence fading. He turned to Vrex. "Send the next wave." "Already done, Commander." Down below, the second wave arrived, armored carriers, heavy plasma drones. But the humans had already moved. They were gone from the forest, leaving traps, fake heat signatures, and hidden explosives. When the aliens advanced, they triggered a chain of detonations that tore through their lines. In a nearby underground bunker, a group of human soldiers watched the battle through drone feeds. Their leader, Major Harris, smiled faintly. "They think we're weak," he said. "Let's keep it that way." His team, engineers, hackers, soldiers, had been preparing for years for something like this. Secret government projects, strange sightings, captured signals from deep space. They knew something was coming. Now it was here. Up above, Zyler paced inside the command room. "They hide like insects," he growled. "Cowards." Vrex hesitated. "Commander, with respect, maybe they are not hiding. Maybe they're hunting." That word, hunting, echoed through the silent bridge. Zyler turned slowly. "Send the ground drones. Burn the entire forest." Moments later, streams of plasma fire rained down. The trees burned, smoke rising into the night sky. But under that smoke, the humans moved again, silently, efficiently. They used the chaos as cover, sneaking closer to the alien equipment. A team planted EMP charges beneath one of the alien transport ships. When it exploded, the shockwave hit the entire landing zone, knocking out dozens of alien systems. Xyler slammed his claws against the control panel. How? No answer came. The humans didn't fight like the others. They didn't charge blindly. They observed, adapted, and struck like ghosts. In the Nevada base, Major Harris received a transmission. "Sir, alien ship energy signatures are dropping. They're confused." Harris smiled again, cold and calm. "Good. Let's keep teaching them." Far above Earth, Commander Xyler stared at the blue planet on his screen. "Humans," he whispered, the word strange on his tongue. "They will learn fear." But deep inside, something unsettled him. For the first time in years, the hunter wasn't sure who was the prey. The stars outside flickered, as if watching. The game had begun. Smoke covered the forest like a black blanket. The ground was full of broken alien metal and burned trees. The humans had already disappeared. Again. The alien soldiers walked carefully through the ashes, their glowing blue eyes scanning every shadow. Commander Xyler's voice echoed in their helmets. "Find them. I want one alive." The soldiers nodded, but deep inside, they felt something strange. Fear. They had fought many enemies before, but never ones they could not see. The humans moved like shadows, striking fast and then vanishing. One alien soldier turned his scanner left, and saw movement. He fired instantly, blue plasma lighting up the smoke. But when the smoke cleared, he saw nothing. Just a helmet on the ground, human camouflage, empty. A trap. He took one step forward. Click. The explosion threw him backward. Above, inside the alien mothership, Xyler's patience was breaking. "They are primitive creatures," he growled. "They should be begging for mercy." Vrex looked at the latest data on the holoscreen. "Commander, they are not attacking for control. They are attacking for information. They are learning how we fight." Xyler's eyes narrowed. "Learning. From us." He gave a dark laugh. "Then they will die smarter." He turned to his officers. "Prepare the bioscanners. Find every human heat source in that area. No more hiding." Far below, Major Harris and his team were inside an old bunker deep in the mountains. Screens showed alien activity, moving fast across the forest. "Sir, they're scanning the whole area," one of the technicians said. Harris nodded. "Let them. We're already gone." The bunker lights flickered. Engineers loaded small data drives into a metal case. "We've got their energy signatures, plasma patterns, communication codes. We can jam them." "Good," Harris said. "Send the data to command. Let's see how they like fighting blind." One of the soldiers laughed quietly. "Commander Xyler's gonna have a bad day." Outside, a group of humans climbed into black trucks and drove into the desert. The alien drones followed them, tracking their heat signatures, but halfway across the road, the trucks vanished from radar. The aliens didn't know it, but the humans had released thermal decoys and split into multiple directions. When the drones reported back, all the data was scrambled. Vrex looked at the confusion on the screens. "Commander, our scanners are being jammed." "Impossible," Xyler said sharply. "Our tech is centuries ahead." "Then how do you explain this?" Vrex replied, showing the flickering images, 10, 20, 50 heat signals appearing and disappearing, fake human movements everywhere. Xyler slammed a clawed fist against the console. "They are playing games with me." Vrex hesitated. "Commander, maybe this is not a game. Maybe it's strategy." Xyler's head turned slowly. His voice dropped low. "No. Strategy is for equals. These humans are animals." But on the ground, those animals were already preparing their next move. Major Harris stood before a large holographic map inside a hidden base. They've sent 3 landing teams and lost half already. They'll hit back harder now. A young engineer asked, "Sir, how do we fight something that can burn a forest in seconds?" Harris looked at her calmly. "We don't fight their strength. We fight their mind. We make them doubt." He turned to another soldier. "Bring in the captured drone." The humans had managed to bring down one of the alien drones earlier. Its black shell still sparked with energy. A team of technicians worked fast, connecting wires and hacking its systems. Minutes later, the drone lit up again, but now, it was under human control. "Let's send it home," Harris said. The drone rose into the air, flying back toward the alien mothership. Zyler saw it approaching and smiled. "Finally, one of them returns." But as soon as the drone docked, it sent a false report to the ship system, claiming that humans were massing in the eastern region, building massive energy weapons. "Commander," Rex said urgently, "humans are preparing a counterattack. Energy readings off the scale." Zyler's anger turned into a cruel smile. "At last. Now they show themselves. Prepare orbital strike." The mothership's cannons turned toward the desert, but there was nothing there. Only empty sand and old decoy transmitters left behind by Harris's team. The aliens fired anyway. Plasma fire rained from the sky, turning sand into glass. When the smoke cleared, their scanners showed no human life signs. Rex frowned. "No hits confirmed, Commander. No bodies." Zyler stared at the screen. "They can't all vanish." Then his comms flickered. A voice came through, human, calm, confident. "Commander Zyler," the voice said. "This is Major Harris of Earth Defense Command. You think we're weak. You think we're afraid. You've made a mistake." The alien bridge went silent. Harris's voice continued. "We've studied your weapons. We've learned your codes. You wanted a war? You just got one." Then the transmission cut off. For a long moment, no one spoke. Zyler looked out at the blue planet, his dark reflection in the glass. "Rex," he said softly, "prepare every ship. We're taking this planet now." Rex hesitated. "Commander, what if it's a trap?" Zyler turned, eyes burning with fury. "Then we'll crush their trap too." But deep in his mind, a small whisper of doubt began to grow. Maybe, just maybe, these humans were not prey at all. And somewhere, in the dark of space, something else was watching. Another fleet, another power waiting for the right time to join the fight. The real war was only beginning. The alien mothership Vorkal hung over Earth like a dark moon. Its plasma cannons glowed faintly, ready for war. Inside, Commander Zyler stood in silence, his claws tapping against the cold floor. The echo was sharp, steady, and angry. He had just heard the human's message, short, clear, and dangerous. "You wanted a war? You just got one." No species had ever spoken to him like that before. Every world he had conquered had begged, screamed, or surrendered. But humans, they were different. "Commander," Rex said, breaking the silence. "The humans jammed half our communications. We've lost signal with 2 scout teams." "Find them," Zyler ordered coldly. "Or replace them. We attack again within the hour." Rex hesitated. "Maybe we should study them more, sir. They learn fast." "We must." Zyler's eyes flashed. "We are the Zorvath Dominion. We do not study animals." He turned toward the wide hollow window showing the planet below. "They want war? Then we'll show them what war means." He gave the order. "Deploy the skybreakers." Far below, in the desert base, alarms began to ring. "Sir!" "Multiple signals entering the atmosphere, large ones," shouted the radar officer. Major Harris looked up at the main screen. Dozens of red dots appeared in the sky, spreading fast like a storm. "Those aren't just ships," said the technician. "They're dropping something." Seconds later, the ground shook. Giant alien machines landed across several continents, in deserts, forests, oceans. Each one began unfolding, legs locking into the earth like claws. Harris stared. They're building something. Within minutes, the machines started releasing black drones that flew in every direction. The sky filled with them, mechanical birds scanning, hunting. Sir, they're covering the whole planet. Harris exhaled slowly. Then we disappear. His team moved fast, packing equipment, switching frequencies, destroying old computers. They were used to running, used to hiding, but even for them, this was big. High above, Zyler watched his machines spread like fire across the globe. Now, he said, let's see where your courage hides, humans. But then something unexpected happened. One by one, several of the skybreakers went dark. What? Zyler snapped. Report. An officer checked the screens. Commander, we're losing power from our Western units. Explain. Their cores are overloading. And then, boom. A massive explosion lit up the sky over South America. Another followed near the Pacific. Rex's eyes widened. Commander, the humans, they're hacking the machines. Hacking? Zyler growled. They can't even understand our code. But they could. Deep inside a hidden underground lab, human engineers were working without rest. They had captured pieces of alien tech and used them to break through the encryption. Signal locked, one of the engineers said. Sending overload command now. A second later, another alien machine exploded on screen. Cheers filled the room. Major Harris smiled. Good work. That should get their attention. But he knew this was only the beginning. Prepare Phase 2, he said. They'll hit back hard. On the mothership, Zyler's rage filled the bridge. They destroy my machines, they steal my codes. How do they do this? Rex spoke carefully. Commander, they adapt. They study. They use our own tools against us. Zyler glared. Enough. If they wish to fight like predators, then we will hunt them like prey. He opened a private channel. Activate Project Eclipse. The officers looked at each other in shock. Sir, that protocol is forbidden. It could destroy the planet's atmosphere. Then the humans will die breathing poison. Zyler roared. Rex stepped forward. Commander, if we destroy the planet, there's nothing left to conquer. Zyler turned slowly, his voice ice-cold. We came here to teach fear, not to farm soil. Execute my order. Rex said nothing, but deep down, he knew this was a mistake. Hours later, strange lights appeared in Earth's upper atmosphere. Satellites began to fail. Power grids flickered across multiple cities. The human communication networks went down. Sir, we're losing satellites, shouted a soldier in the bunker. Major Harris looked at the screens. EMP field, they're frying everything. Then, suddenly, all lights went out. Darkness. Silence. For a moment, the only sound was the wind outside. Then a red emergency light came on. Backup power online, said the technician. But the main grid is gone. Harris clenched his jaw. All right. No more waiting. Let's bring her online. He walked to a locked chamber deep in the base. Inside was a giant black device, smooth, silent, and humming faintly with energy. A secret human weapon built years ago, never tested in battle. The engineer looked nervous. Sir, are we sure this is safe? No, Harris said quietly. But it's our only chance. He placed his hand on the scanner. The machine came alive, glowing with blue light. On the screen above, numbers began to climb. 10%, 40%, 70%. Commander, said Rex from orbit. We're detecting an energy surge on the surface, human origin. Zyler's eyes narrowed. What now? Unknown weapon. Growing fast. The alien commander leaned closer to the screen. Show me. The image appeared, a faint pulse spreading across the desert. It wasn't plasma. It wasn't nuclear. It was something else. Something new. Rex looked uneasy. Sir, the energy pattern looks like. Then the signal vanished. Zyler's eyes widened. Where did it go? Rex whispered. It didn't disappear. It moved. It's inside our systems. The alien lights flickered. One by one, the ship's displays began to shut down. For the first time, Zyler felt true fear. Major Harris's voice echoed once more through the static. You should have stayed in your galaxy, Commander. The alien bridge plunged into darkness. And above the silent planet, the war for Earth took a terrifying new turn. Darkness filled the alien mothership Vorkal. Every light was dead. Every console was silent. Only the low hum of emergency power remained. Commander Zyler stood in the middle of the bridge, his 4 black eyes glowing faintly in the dark. He could feel the cold air shift, systems rebooting, wires sparking. The silence was heavier than space itself. Status report, he said slowly. No one answered. Most of the crew were staring at the screens that no longer worked. A few tried tapping the controls, but nothing responded. Rex's voice came from behind. Commander, it's not a power failure. Something is inside our systems. Zyler turned sharply. Inside? What do you mean inside? The humans, Rex said. They didn't just jam our signals. They infected our network. Zyler growled. That's impossible. Our tech is centuries beyond theirs. Rex looked up from the panel. And yet, here we are. Before Zyler could respond, one of the holoscreens suddenly flickered to life. Static filled the air, and then, a face appeared. A human face. Major Harris. He was calm, standing in his dark command room somewhere on Earth. Hello again, Commander, he said quietly. You still think we're easy targets? The alien crew froze. No one had ever hacked into the Vorkal before. It was supposed to be unbreakable. Zyler stepped forward, voice low with rage. You dare speak to me directly? I told you, Harris replied. You should have stayed away. The screen blinked, and then all around the ship, alarms began to scream. Commander! Shouted one of the officers. Weapons are offline. Navigation failing. Reboot it. Zyler roared. We can't. The system is. Suddenly, the floor shook. The ship tilted slightly. Warning lights flashed red. Commander, we're losing altitude. The gravity stabilizers are down. Zyler grabbed the edge of his console to keep from falling. Manual control. Now. Rex and the others rushed to the control panels, switching to emergency systems. Slowly, the ship steadied, but smoke filled the bridge. Harris's voice returned through the static. That was just a taste. You see, Commander, humans don't fight like you. We don't need to match your power. We only need to break your mind. Then the screen went black. Far below, in the hidden desert base, Major Harris turned to his team. Is the virus still active? He asked. Yes, sir, said the lead engineer. It's crawling through their network. We're in every deck of their ship. Harris nodded. Good. Keep it subtle. Don't destroy everything, yet. I want them scared. One of the soldiers smirked. You're enjoying this, sir? Harris didn't smile. No. But they need to understand who they're dealing with. Another voice spoke up. Sir, what if they find us? We've hit them hard. They'll want revenge. Harris looked at the glowing blue map of the planet. Then we vanish again. We've done it before. The base trembled slightly, a reminder that the aliens were still in orbit. Let's not celebrate yet, Harris said. They're hurt, not beaten. On the Vorkal, Zyler stood among the smoke. Sparks fell from the ceiling like falling stars. He stared at the silent console for a long time. Then he turned to Vrex. How did they get into our systems? Vrex hesitated. Through the drone, Commander. The one we recovered earlier. It carried their virus. Zyler's claws tightened around the edge of the console. I brought that drone aboard myself. For the first time, Vrex saw something strange in his commander's eyes. Doubt. Commander, Vrex said quietly. These humans, they are dangerous. If we underestimate them again, we lose everything. Zyler didn't answer right away. He looked out the large viewing window at the blue planet below. They've stolen our codes, our tech, our pride, he said softly. But they haven't seen true Zorvath fury yet. He turned back to his officers. Begin full system purge. I want every human trace erased. And prepare the orbital hammers. Vrex froze. The orbital hammers? Commander, that weapon will destroy entire regions. Millions. I said prepare them. Zyler roared. The officers obeyed, hands shaking. Down on Earth, Harris's team picked up strange signals. Sir, said the technician. The mothership's charging something massive. Energy readings are off the scale. Harris leaned forward. How massive? Big enough to vaporize a city. The room went silent. Harris spoke calmly, but his tone was sharp. Get me the president. And launch the SHIELD satellites. Above Earth, hidden satellites began to unfold like mechanical flowers. Each carried a reflective energy shield designed years ago, humanity's secret backup. As the alien ship's energy weapons charged, bright lines of light stretched from space down toward Earth. Impact in 10 seconds, said the computer. Come on, whispered Harris. 9, 8, 7. The alien weapons fired, beams of blinding plasma cutting through the clouds. But before they hit the ground, the human shields activated. Huge waves of blue light formed across the sky, catching the beams and splitting them apart. The entire planet lit up like a sunrise. Inside the mothership, Zyler stared in disbelief. What is that? Vrex whispered, they have planetary shields. We didn't even detect them. Zyler's voice broke into a low growl. They're evolving faster than expected. On Earth, the control room erupted with cheers. The shields held. Harris stayed quiet, watching the radar. We stopped one strike. There will be more. A young soldier looked at him. Sir, how do we beat them completely? Harris's eyes stayed on the glowing red in the sky, the alien ship. We climb higher, he said. We take the fight to space. Everyone turned to look at him in surprise. You mean, attack the mothership? Yes, Harris said. But not with missiles. He looked at the engineers. It's time to launch Project Titan. The room fell silent. Even the engineers looked nervous. Sir, that project's not finished. Then finish it, Harris said. We're going to show them what humans do when the universe underestimates us. Up in orbit, Commander Zyler watched the blue planet turning below him. He didn't know it yet, but his greatest challenge was coming, and it wasn't human fear. It was human revenge. The planet still glowed faintly where the alien plasma had struck the human shields. Smoke rose from the clouds, curling into the dark sky like thin scars. Deep in orbit, the mothership Vorkal floated, damaged but alive. Commander Zyler stood before the main viewport, his reflection cold and angry. He had lost count of how many times humans had surprised him. First the traps, then the virus, then the shields. Every time he thought they were beaten, they adapted. Every time he struck, they learned faster. Commander, Vrex said quietly, our energy reserves are falling. Half the fleet is requesting permission to retreat and recharge. Retreat. Zyler turned, his voice sharp. No. We don't retreat from prey. Vrex met his gaze, unflinching. Sir, they are not prey anymore. For a moment, the bridge went silent. Zyler's claws tightened, but he didn't speak. Something heavy twisted inside him, anger mixed with the smallest spark of respect. Then he said, "Prepare the drop troops. If they hide behind shields, we take the fight down there." Far below, in the underground command base, Major Harris was watching the same data unfold. "They're sending ground units again," said the technician. "This time, thousands of them." Harris leaned over the holographic map. Red markers appeared across the continents, cities, forests, oceans. "They're spreading everywhere," said a young soldier. "We can't fight them all." Harris nodded slowly. "We don't have to fight them all. We just need to cut off the head." He pointed to the biggest red mark, the mothership itself. "If we take that out, the rest collapses." The room went quiet. Everyone knew what that meant: space combat. One of the engineers spoke hesitantly. "Sir, Project Titan isn't ready. The launch platform is unstable." "It doesn't need to be perfect," Harris replied. "It just needs to work once." He turned to his team. "Start launch preparations." Inside a massive hangar hidden beneath the desert, the ground began to tremble. Huge steel doors opened to the night sky, revealing something gigantic inside. The Titan. It looked like a rocket mixed with a spear, long, black, and armored with strange silver plating. Deep inside its frame was stolen alien technology, reverse-engineered by human scientists. It wasn't a ship meant for travel. It was a weapon meant for war. Engines came to life, glowing blue. "Fuel cells active," a voice said. "Plasma core stable." Major Harris watched from the control room. "Launch in 60 seconds. Above him, sirens wailed across the base. Soldiers moved fast, checking systems, securing locks, clearing the runway. "Sir," said the communication officer, "the alien fleet will detect this the moment we fire." "Good," Harris said quietly. "Let them watch." Up in orbit, alarms echoed through the alien bridge. "Commander! Massive energy signature from the surface." Zyler's eyes narrowed. "Show me." A hologram flickered to life, Earth's desert glowing like a blue sun. A single human rocket was rising, climbing faster than any human technology should. "What is that?" Vrex whispered. "A challenge," Zyler said. The mothership's cannons turned toward the rocket. "Destroy it." The sky filled with light. Beams of plasma shot downward, cutting through the clouds. The Titan shook violently as the atmosphere burned around it. "Shields failing," shouted one of Harris's crew. "Hold it steady," Harris ordered. The rocket screamed through the air, pieces of armor peeling away. Then, with a thunderous flash, it broke free from Earth's gravity. It was heading straight toward the Vorkal. Inside the alien ship, officers shouted reports. "Commander, incoming object, velocity extreme." "Intercept it," Zyler barked. Drones launched from the ship, firing plasma bursts. The rocket dodged too, took one hit, but kept going. "It's locked on to our core," said Vrex. "We can't shake it." "Prepare countermeasure drones," Zyler said. But before they could fire, the rocket suddenly vanished from scanners. "Where did it go?" Vrex scanned frantically. "It disappeared. Wait, no. It's inside our shields." The bridge lights turned red. Zyler's voice dropped to a low growl. "They breached us." A small smile formed on Vrex's face. "They've done it again." The Titan wasn't a simple missile. It was a boarding ship. Inside were 20 human soldiers, wearing armor made with stolen alien alloys. As the rocket pierced the outer hull, it broke apart, releasing the soldiers into the corridors of the Vorkal. The alien guards didn't expect them. The first squad of humans moved through the smoke, silent and fast. Their weapons fired electromagnetic pulses, shutting down alien tech instantly. Harris's voice echoed in their helmets. "Get to the core. You have 7 minutes before they seal the decks." The team advanced, cutting through locked doors, climbing toward the reactor chamber. Meanwhile, on the bridge, Xyler stared at the map. "They're inside my ship." He grabbed his weapon and turned to Vrex. "With me." "Commander, protocol forbids." "I don't care about protocol. I'll kill them myself." He stormed out, his heavy steps echoing through the corridors. The humans reached the reactor room, huge and glowing with blue light. One of the soldiers placed charges around the main core. "Timer set, sir," said the soldier over comms. 3 minutes. "Copy that," Harris replied from Earth. But before they could leave, the doors slid open. Commander Xyler stepped in, plasma blade ignited, eyes burning with rage. Vrex stood behind him. The humans froze. "So," Xyler said slowly, his voice deep and calm. "These are the creatures who think they can defeat me." He raised his weapon. "Let's see what your courage is worth." The fight was brutal. Plasma met steel, light clashed with shadow. 2 soldiers fell instantly, but the others moved fast, surrounding Xyler, firing, dodging. He was strong, inhumanly fast, but the humans were relentless. Then one of them lunged forward, stabbing his weapon into Xyler's armor, sparks flying. The alien roared, shoving him back. "Your bravery is wasted," he shouted. "You will all burn." But behind him, Vrex saw something, the timer on the reactor bomb counting down. 00:57. 00:56. "Commander," Vrex said urgently. "We must leave." Xyler ignored him, charging again. The humans fell back, firing one last burst. One bullet hit the reactor shield, cracking it slightly. The entire room began to shake. Vrex grabbed Xyler's arm. "If we stay, we die." For the first time, fear crossed the alien commander's eyes. Far below, Harris watched the countdown on his screen. "Come on, get out of there." The radio crackled. "Team extracting, now." He turned to his officers. "Brace for impact." The image of the Vorkal filled the screen, then exploded into light. A silent shockwave spread across orbit. The ship of the mighty Zorvath Dominion, the symbol of alien power, was gone. The control room on Earth erupted with cheers, but Harris didn't join in. He just stared at the fading light in the sky. "We're not done yet," he whispered. "If they had one ship, there are more." He turned away from the window. "Prepare Earth defense for Phase 3. The real invasion hasn't started." And somewhere, far beyond the solar system, dozens of alien ships turned toward a small blue planet that had just proven it could fight back. The universe had noticed. The debris of the destroyed Vorkal burned silently in orbit, scattered across the cold black of space. Commander Xyler had survived, but only barely. His body was scarred, his pride shattered, and his mind burning with one thought: revenge. Far away, beyond the edges of the solar system, the Zorvath fleet gathered. Hundreds of massive ships formed an unbroken wall of black metal. Each carried weapons that could flatten continents, armies of soldiers, and technologies humans had never seen. "Commander Xyler," said an officer, bowing slightly as the alien warlord entered the flagship, "our sensors show the humans have rebuilt. They've grown stronger than before." Xyler's 4 black eyes narrowed. "I do not care about strength. I care about fear. We will bring it to them. Every world that obeyed us, we will crush Earth the same way." Vrex hesitated. "Commander, Earth is unlike any other world. They adapt, they fight back, they are prey." Xyler snapped. "And I am their predator." Back on Earth, Major Harris watched the sky from a rooftop in the Nevada desert. The atmosphere was tense. Satellites had detected dozens of alien ships moving at faster-than-light speeds toward the solar system. "They're coming," said the radar officer. "All of them. Full fleet. Estimated time to arrival, 27 hours. Harris clenched his jaw. "Good. Let them come. They'll see the mistake they made thinking we were weak." One of his engineers looked worried. "Sir, The fleet is huge. We have some shields, some weapons, but this is their full armada. Millions of troops, billions of firepower. Harris smiled faintly, calm but fierce. Then we fight smarter. Not harder. Every weapon they fire, we'll turn against them. Every move they make, we'll anticipate. Humanity isn't just survival, it's strategy. And we know how to win. In orbit, the alien fleet slowed as they approached Earth. Vast weapons powered up, beams slicing through space, scanning the planet for human positions. Xyler stood on the bridge of the flagship, his presence commanding hundreds of officers. This is the day we crush their cities, burn their lands, and break their spirits. Vrex glanced at the tactical screens nervously. Commander, they have shields. The humans' orbital defense network survived the last strike and has improved. Their firepower, we may not get a clear path. Xyler slammed a clawed hand on the console. Do not speak of failure. We crush them all. But deep down, he felt the first seed of unease. On Earth, humans prepared their counterattack. Underground bases were active across continents. Secret bunkers hummed with energy. The engineers worked frantically, finishing weapons that combined human ingenuity with captured alien tech. Harris walked among them. Time is short, he said. Every minute counts. Remember, the aliens may have power, but we have surprise, tactics, and determination. They think they are hunters. Today, we show them humans can fight back like predators. In the deserts, hidden launch platforms folded open. Massive electromagnetic pulse cannons, plasma disruptors, and stealth drones were activated. Across Europe, Asia, and South America, similar facilities came online. A young soldier asked, "Sir, do you really think we can stop them all?" Harris looked at the night sky, glowing faintly with distant starships. "We may not stop all of them, but we will make them regret ever underestimating us." The first wave of Zorvath ships entered the upper atmosphere. They unleashed swarms of drones and laser fire. Cities lit up with explosions, forests burned, and oceans churned under alien bombardment. But humans responded with precision strikes. Plasma disruptors scrambled alien weapons. Stealth drones infiltrated their ships, releasing viruses that disabled shields and navigation systems. EMP bursts knocked out entire fleets for minutes, giving humanity breathing space. Vrex watched from a flagship console. "Commander, they are everywhere. We can't predict them. Every strike we launch, they adapt." Xyler growled. "Adaptation is temporary. Fear is eternal. Push forward." In orbit, a massive Zorvath dreadnought descended toward the Atlantic Ocean. It fired its supercannons at a human city. But before the beams could reach the ground, a massive shield network activated. Light twisted and bent, splitting the beams. The energy struck the ocean harmlessly, turning water into steam. Major Harris monitored the event from Nevada. "Nice. One down. Keep them busy." A team of human engineers hacked the dreadnought systems remotely. The massive ship shuddered, losing control of some weapons. The humans weren't just defending, they were hunting. Back on the flagship, Xyler's patience snapped. He activated the command fleet. Massive energy blades formed in space, cutting paths through satellites and debris. "This ends now," he roared. "Burn them all." But as the fleet advanced, human tactical satellites activated simultaneously. Energy pulses hit the alien ships in sequence. Several smaller ships exploded. Others lost navigation and collided with one another. Xyler's eyes flared in anger. "Impossible. Humans, how?" Vrex spoke quietly. "Commander, they're learning from us, faster than ever." Xyler turned slowly, teeth bared. "Then we teach them fear, the only way they understand." Deep in orbit, human and alien forces clashed like stars colliding. Laser fire lit space, debris floated silently, and every move was calculated. Major Harris monitored from Earth. His face was calm, but his mind raced. Every ship we save, every strike we counter, this is our moment. They think they are gods, let's show them humans are the storm they can't control. And far above, Commander Zyler felt a creeping truth he could not ignore. This battle was not just for Earth. It was for respect, for survival, and for proving who the real hunters were. The war had escalated. The humans were ready. And the Zorvath had underestimated one simple truth: Earth's defenders would never surrender. The sky above Earth burned with alien fire. Hundreds of Zorvath ships moved like a black storm across the atmosphere. Lasers cut clouds, plasma tore through oceans, and cities lit up with explosions. It seemed unstoppable. But deep underground, Major Harris remained calm. His eyes were fixed on the screens of the Global Command Center. "They think fear will make us submit," he said quietly. "They don't know what humans are capable of." "Sir," said a young officer, "the fleet is massive. Their firepower, even if we strike, can we survive?" Harris leaned forward, voice firm. "We're not just surviving. We're fighting smarter. Every strike they make, every move they take, we turn against them. Humanity isn't about surrendering, it's about adaptation. It's about winning when everyone says we can't." High above, Commander Zyler floated in the bridge of his flagship, eyes blazing with fury. His body was wounded, his pride shattered. "They resist everything," he growled. "Every plan, every weapon, they adapt too fast." Vrex whispered, "Commander, perhaps this battle cannot be won by force alone. Perhaps we underestimated them completely." Zyler slammed a clawed hand against the console. "No. We destroy them. Every city, every army. They will learn fear." The first strike began. Alien ships descended on multiple continents, firing energy weapons designed to level cities. But humanity was ready. The planetary shield network activated fully, reflecting and splitting beams, turning oceans and deserts into defensive traps. Harris monitored the battle with a steady hand. "Phase 2, he said, pressing a sequence of commands. "Project Titan is online." Across the globe, human weapons, previously hidden, partially experimental, came alive. Plasma disruptors scrambled alien targeting systems. EMP drones disabled ships mid-flight. Stealth crafts infiltrated alien vessels, releasing viral payloads that shut down weapons and shields. The humans weren't just defending, they were attacking. In the midst of the chaos, the Titan launched from Nevada. This time, multiple Titan-class boarding rockets were in flight, each carrying elite human soldiers. They pierced the alien ships' hulls, releasing teams that moved silently through corridors, planting charges and hacking systems. Zyler sensed it immediately. "They are inside my ships," Vrex said urgently. "Commander, they've adapted to our tactics. We can't stop them." Zyler's eyes narrowed, filled with rage. "Then we finish this personally." On the ground, humans coordinated strikes across continents. Cities acted as decoys. Forests and mountains became traps. The alien fleet, powerful but overconfident, fell into every trap. Ships collided, plasma cannons exploded, and the mighty army of the Zorvath began to crumble. Harris watched the screens. "Keep them distracted. Focus on the flagships. If we take out their leaders, the rest will falter." Engineers worked tirelessly, guiding missiles and rockets enhanced with alien tech. One by one, the key Zorvath ships were disabled or destroyed. Finally, the climactic moment arrived. The flagship carrying Commander Zyler hovered over the Pacific, preparing a devastating attack on multiple human cities. Its plasma cannons glowed like suns, ready to erase entire coastlines. Harris looked at his team. "This is it. The final strike. All units, fire simultaneously." Across the globe, humans launched synchronized attacks. Titan rockets pierced the flagship's hull, stealth drones disabled the cannons, and electromagnetic pulses shut down key systems. Zyler stormed through his corridors, roaring with fury, trying to stop them personally. But every path he took, humans anticipated his moves. They struck quickly, retreated, and used his own systems against him. The last human boarding team reached the core. Charges were set. The countdown began. 2 minutes, whispered the soldier, placing the final charge. Xyler reached them, plasma blade ready. You dare. The humans fired a synchronized burst of energy weapons, disabling his defenses. He swung, cutting through the floor above them, but the blast detonated. Blue energy erupted. The flagship shook violently. Sparks flew. Xyler screamed as systems failed around him. The massive vessel tilted, began to collapse, and exploded into a dazzling cloud of debris and plasma. Vrex barely escaped in an emergency pod. He watched in silence as the flagship, the symbol of Zorvath might, disintegrated. In orbit, the remaining Zorvath fleet, seeing their flagship destroyed, faltered. Without central command, coordination collapsed. Humans struck decisively, capturing or destroying the remaining ships. On Earth, the planetary shield network flickered, holding just long enough to ensure survival. Across continents, people looked up at the sky, watching the alien fleet retreat into the stars. Humanity had survived. Deep underground, Major Harris exhaled. It's over for now. A young soldier said, Sir, they'll come back, won't they? Harris looked at the night sky, silent for a moment. Then he smiled faintly. Yes. But they'll never underestimate humans again. Above them, in the remains of space, Commander Xyler nursed his wounds, his pride broken. He had underestimated one simple truth: humans were not weak, fragile prey. Humans adapted, learned, and fought with courage no alien had ever seen. Somewhere, far across the galaxy, other alien worlds would take note. The blue planet Earth was not just a minor world. It was a storm waiting to strike, a species that refused to bow, and a force to be reckoned with. And for the first time, humans looked up at the stars, knowing they had won a battle, but that the war for their future was just beginning. Earth had survived. Humanity had proven itself. HFY